Good morning, guys, and welcome to another episode of the 20 into 30 podcast. You're joining myself, Luke Bradley, and the Swedish bombshell, that is Evelina. And Evelina, it's me. How you doing?
I'm all well, thank you. How are you this morning, Luke?
Well, I am feeling pumped. Pumped. Do you know why I'm pumped?
Go on.
Because I'm spending time with you, and I've had 2 cups of tea. Nothing to do with the tea. It's mostly your company. It's amazing.
I think this is the sweetest thing you ever said to me.
Okay, let's stop with the sickening cuteness, because I don't want your head to get any bigger than it is. But how are you doing? What's been happening?
I've actually been up since 5:30 this morning and I went for a sunrise hike.
Well, that is very active. Very active. Why did you do that?
It was stunning. It was stunning. Like when you start walking, it's pitch black outside. You can see the stars and everything. And when you're getting close to the top, you had this bright red color in horizon. It was stunning. And then the sun just rise like a big orange just rising from the ocean.
Big orange what?
Orange, like an orange.
Oh, like a big orange. I thought you were going to be like, it rose like a big orange, and then I was waiting for the next bit. But what you actually meant was it rose like a big orange in the sky.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. What?
Stunning.
Did you go on?
Stunning.
Did you go on your own?
No, I went with my friend actually. Because it's pitch black, I don't really feel safe walking out in nature by myself.
Why not your hench? I've seen your Instagram. I've seen what you lift.
Yeah, I'm probably going to take them. And I was dressed like a ninja as well, so they wouldn't see me.
A ninja. You're dressed like a ninja. Don't fuck with Evelina when she's going to look at a big orange in the sky. And then you went for some coffee, right?
Yeah, it was freezing up there because you're so high up. And even though the weather down here is better than London or Sweden for that matter, it is cold in the morning. I think it was 10 degrees when we reached the top. It was really windy.
Sounds freezing. Yeah.
It was cold, but it's windy because you're so high up.
I get it. I'm only messing. I'll let you.
It's like I'm not allowed to say that the weather is cold just because it's warmer.
You're not. I'm currently looking out my window and I feel like we have grey sunshine, if that's a thing. It's like when the sun's trying to get through, but it's like, nah, get out.
Yeah, we have 20 degrees here.
Is it 20 today? I tell you what, though, I went out with my friend last night, Dan, and we had a catch up. We hadn't seen each other for a while, and we were like sitting, chatting, having some dinner and stuff. And then the next thing, it was like monsoon rain. You remember what we used to get in Australia, where it just absolutely pelt down all of a sudden, like proper came down, and the roads would become like small streams. It was like that. And so we were like, where's this come from? And then obviously everything shuts earlier now. So we had to leave at we were leaving at I don't know, 20 to 10 or something like that. And we were just like, when is this going to stop? And so we were like, looked online and it was like raining for like the next however many hours. So we were like, let's just run. By the time I got to my van, it was less than 50 meters away. I was soaked. So yeah, we're not getting 20 degrees basically.
We've been having rain this week as well, to be honest, but it was for 2 days. Now it's sunny. Yeah. I was sunbathing yesterday.
Can you hear the disdain in my voice for you right now? That's a good word, right? Disdain? Should we Google that? I hope I said that right. Do you know what?
I don't even know what that means.
Okay, 1 minute.
Please translate this word for us.
I think it's like a tiredness to someone. Disdain. Here we go. Disdain. A feeling of contentment for someone or something regarded as unworthy or inferior. Okay, I didn't mean it. 1 minute. Let me just make sure this is the right word.
That is so rude.
I didn't mean that.
This is the reason why you gave me a compliment in the beginning, so you can bring me back down.
1 minute. 1 minute.
I knew there was something behind it.
Can you hear it?
Disdain. Disdain.
I just go, this is the podcast now, me just...
Disdain.
Every time you say something.
Disdain.
I'm keeping that button. That button's staying there.
Dear.
I generally didn't mean I had contentment or regarded you as unworthy.
Thank you.
But I was upset with your description on the weather. But we're talking about positivity and calmness today, okay? And we're talking about not the orange that Evelina saw in the sky, which I'm sure we all really want to hear about because that sounds like a great thing.
Disdain.
So what basically we're talking about is what I've spoken about a couple of times on the show, well, suggested that I do, but I haven't spoken about it yet, is CBD oil. I want to talk about
Yes.
CBD oil today. Now, what is it that you tried CBD oil, didn't you?
Yeah, I have tried it actually.
But you tried when we spoke about it was quite a weak CBD oil, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So why did you consider CBD oil? Let's start there.
Well, I'm always very careful when it comes to any kind of supplements or adding something except food into your diet. And but what I had for a while is I struggled to fall asleep. So my sleep onset was quite long, even though I'm on meditations and all. So it was a way for me to just fall asleep better at night and also calm down like my racing thoughts because I'm the person that overthinks a lot.
Sorry. I'm
Literally.
sorry. I've just found a load of sound effects on Google. Sorry, I won't press.
Believe it or not, but Luke is actually taking CBD, so you can see it's not working for some of us. Literally, I'm gonna cut you off.
Okay, no more sound effects. Okay, I won't say anything. Yeah, so you were saying, carry on. Sorry.
Why did you start with CBD, Luke?
No, I want to hear you. I just found these sound effects, and I've had a lot of tea. I feel that now we're becoming more into our podcast. We could just be who we are, and it is just taking the piss out of each other and doing shit like this. So it's fine. People, this is us. No, I was similar. So I actually started thinking about it because it kept popping up online. For me. But because of the type of people I was looking at on Instagram, and that was fitness wise, and they were saying it was quite good for like joints and stuff. They also say it's quite good for your heart and things like that. But because I was jogging on the spot a lot, I was creaking and clicking like mad. So they did say it was good for that, and for that reason was one of the main reasons I first tried CBD on.
Yeah, it's anti-inflammatory, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons I basically tried it. So when you decided you were going to try it, how had you heard about it?
It's been popping up as well online. I think it's a quite hot topic.
Yeah, I think it's like becoming a bit of an in thing, wasn't it?
It was a trendy, it was a trend for sure. And I got this this Instagram account that I'm following. They were promoting it, and they got like a discount for it. So I'm like, oh well, let's just try it, because the ones that they had were ticking my boxes. So they were like organic and all that. So I did try that one, but it was a bit of a weaker one, as you said. And honestly, I didn't think it was that effective.
Yeah, so when we looked at yours was basically a low milligram, wasn't it? And so when you look at the bottles, they have a milligram rating basically, and you can get it from like as low as I think 50 milligrams, which is basically you will get 50 milligrams of CBD in, say, a 15 ml dropper, for example. But then you can get it all the way up to like 2,500 milligrams, and I think even stronger than that. But I've seen it up to that per, say, 15 milligram bottle. And I think yours was quite low. I think it was like on the 250 region, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, I can't remember. It was very low.
And I think I started with the 250 because my point was, basically, whenever I smoked a joint, when I was a kid, I haven't smoked for years, but when I ever smoked a doobie younger, mine always laughs at me when I say doobie. Apparently that's really like old fashioned. But anyway, whenever I smoked a joint when I was younger, all it did to me was knock me out, Within minutes, I was asleep. Okay. So I sort of thought, well, that's useless. So that's why I don't smoke weed or anything, I don't do drugs, but now I don't smoke weed because it just puts me to sleep. So it's pointless. What's the point? But it made me very calm. So I sort of thought, well, if I can take that calming and relaxing part for my joints side of things, that it's saying it promotes, as I'm very receptive to things, my point was I'll go very low and work my way up rather than going high and becoming sort of a bit dull to it.
Zombie.
You're not like that, but even like, you know, when it's like if you have a coffee and then you take too much coffee and then it becomes like you're not receptive to it anymore. So I thought I'd start low and then build it up if I need to. So I started on a low one, like 250, and I was doing like a couple of drops a day. And then I'll be honest, I didn't really see an effect until I was doing like a pipette a day, which I think worked out as about 10 milligrams a day or something at the time. They say it'll break it down how many drops are in a bottle, and then you divide that by your milligrams, and that'll tell you how much is in like a drop, for example. But I think I used to pipette a day, and I was surprised that when I did up it, the clicking of my joints and everything stopped within a couple of days. Literally a couple of days, and it just wasn't that achiness. And when I was getting up off the sofa, I wasn't clicking because I was jogging on the spot quite a bit at the time. I was doing like half an hour a day, like 50-minute morning, 50-minute in the evening. So it was tiring on the joints. And I did find that it really did. It really, really did. I was shocked how quick it stopped that one main thing that I was looking to do originally.
That's interesting.
With the product.
Yeah.
But I also found that it did calm me down. So I was very much a person that would always rush. I'm always like thinking of the next thing that I've got to do and just rushing to it. And
you're very energetic as well. Like guys, do not buy Luke any chocolates or sweets or ice cream because he's going to be like a kid high in sugar.
Well, yes, is the answer. But so I found that I was rushing to everything, and that then came with sort of a feeling of like maybe a bit of anxiousness because you're thinking, I've got to be here, I've got to do that, I've got to do this, I've got to... And that's, I always sort of had that. I always had that since a kid. I'm always like rushing to the next thing. And I found that, again, within a couple of days, I didn't have that feeling of tightness on the chest where I'm thinking, I've got to go here, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. That went completely. And I also had it where I say if I had a nap on a Sunday, the only way I could describe this best, if I had a nap on a Sunday, I would wake up and be like, sometimes my heart would start racing because I think I've got to do this, I've got to do that, I've got to do this. Rather than just being like, I'm having a nap right now and I'll get to that. Whereas taking the CBD again just calmed me that when I have that nap, I'm having that nap. I'll enjoy it. I'll wake up and I'll get done after what I need to get done. I still got done what I needed to get done, but it definitely alleviated that rushing, that feeling of next thing, which then came with the tightness of the chest, which then you just weren't really enjoying things as much because you just thought you were rushing all the time. And the end goal is still the end goal. You're still going to get it done. And it wasn't like I was getting that benefit of having the calmness and the less tightness on the chest and everything like that with a counteraction of saying not getting things done. I was still getting everything done. I was just a lot calmer and content doing it.
So you were like taking down your stress levels.
Yeah, I definitely. But I generally thought that was just a part of my personality that is just me. I'm just rushing. I just rush to things, and that's what I do. But like I say, when having that, I noticed that the joints did stop clicking and they're aching within quite a quick time. And obviously, I'm only commenting on the effects that I've had for myself. And that rushingness, it was weird. It was gone. Or like even the quickness to fire off. Like if someone's driving like an idiot and you'd be like, oh, fuck's sake, like what are you doing? Like even like Martin, when he was with me, he's like, you are mellow, bro. You are mellow. Like normally you'd be on the horn to that. You know, like he's like, who are you? Like he always takes the P. Like now he's like, man, this is Luke and then this is CBD Luke, you know? Like he's like, you're just calmer. You're just, like more chill.
Oh, that's good. You find something that works because you are, as I said, very energetic and you can fire up like very few people very quickly.
Yeah, I used to be quite fiery. But now I'm just like, whatever, man. Whatever.
And I'm like the opposite with you. I'm very calm and I'm very laid back. So that was one thing we always clashed on. Like when you got your little sugar rush when we're in the shop or something, you being annoying, I'm literally did not know what to do, and you like thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, I still do.
You still do, but you do it in a more calm manner.
This is apparently the sound of a zombie noise.
Sweet.
We should have had that. We should have had that at the Halloween show. I thought it would fit quite well, considering you were saying how I annoy you, apparently. And I don't see why. I don't get it, Evelina. I'll be honest, you bring this to my attention, but I don't get it.
Literally, that was a disgusting sound you just made. And
to be
people
fair,
gonna think that was you.
That was called Zombie Transformation 2. But when I started playing it, I was a bit like, this is not the sound effect that I was expecting.
I thought it was you first. Like if I didn't watch you, like
no,
you didn't have a video going on, I would literally think that was you.
No. But yeah, no, I get it. But it definitely calmed down my personality. But then I don't need that. But I still got I still get everything done. It's just I enjoy getting it done more rather than feeling like I'm rushing through.
But this is just a general thing, isn't it? Like rushing is not going to make things go around quicker.
No.
It's just because if you're rushing most of the time, so you're going to end up doing like in a very messy way, and you're going to waste time because you're not doing it in a productive way, just messing around. So it just takes more time because you're forgetting things, you have to do it again and repeat it and change it, and it's just messy.
Definitely. And I found then if the case of, like you say, if you're just taking your time a bit more with things and you're not getting as worked, and then if you're fiery anyway, and then if you're rushing and you miss something, you get worked up quicker, you know what I mean? Like it just like I say, it just it was a more chill. So I came about trying it because it was sort of popping up a bit. It was a bit of a trend, and it was sort of saying the benefits fitness wise. And yes, I thought I'd try it, and I was really happy. And it was funny because I was like, I wonder if it's like that sort of placebo thing, you know, like I wonder if this is really the case or if it's not the case. But basically, I ran out of CBD oil, and then I didn't have it for a week and that. And literally within a couple of days, I felt that I was just firing back up really quick. Like people would wind me up quickly. Even Martin was like, did you take CBD today? And I was like, no. He's like, I noticed. Like you're fiery again. So it was quite quick in the result, like getting the joints feeling nicer, not clicking, feeling just more calm and productive. But then again, when you come off it, it was very quick to result back to where I was.
Yeah, and that's what I heard someone said with CBD. It's not like you can take like a big dose when you want it at night and you just think you're gonna calm yourself down.
No.
It is something that you build up. Yeah. It needs to be in your systems. You need to take the daily dose for it.
Yeah, I do feel like it's something that I just see it as like a vitamin. See it as like a vitamin, you know, like I take my I take it in the morning, take a pipette. I still don't take a big bit though. I take like 20 milligrams a day, like one pipette of my bottle. So a bottle will last me a long time, but I take it with my vitamins whilst taking that. But
my body doesn't answer really well to stuff like that. It is very like, I don't know, it's just not absorbing it that well. It's been with everything that I try. But when it comes to CBD, I didn't feel any different, to be honest. And because I'm tracking my... Pardon?
I think that was your dose though.
It could be as well, but I was tracking my sleep and I didn't see any change in it.
So sleep-wise...
But that's because...
Carry on, sorry.
And because I'm not really... what was the word you used before?
Receptive.
Yeah, I'm not really receptive to it. And then when my dose was very low on top of that, it just didn't do anything for me. So I haven't bothered to look into it again. Probably should. But what I find instead... I find this sleep meditation called Yoga Nidra for sleep. And that I'm passed out. Within 10-15 minutes, I'm literally gone.
Yeah.
Out. I love it.
So I did find the sleep thing. When the first couple of days I did it, I literally slept from 6 p.m. till 6 a.m. Didn't even wake. I don't know whether you can't sort of correlate it to it. It could have been complete coincidence. But I like a sleep, but I don't ever normally sleep like that. I just I was out cold. I'm not
I'm
waking up to
so
the
bad
world.
at sleeping. I'm like the worst sleeper ever. I can't nap
Mm.
from starter. I can't nap, and I can't sleep past like 8 a.m. in the morning. Doesn't matter what time I go to bed, I will still wake up latest 8 a.m. That's like a record for me this year is like 8 a.m. on my days. Are you gonna Google something again?
No, I'm staying away from the sound effects. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'm going on and just having a little look. Let's see what it sort of says online. There's CBD benefits and negatives. It's got on here. Let's have a little look. Okay, so some of the benefits are can relieve pain. So that was sort of one of the reasons it sort of get promoted for me on a sports injury side of thing. I think could reduce anxiety and depression. I wouldn't say I had depression or anything or anxiety. I'd just say I had sometimes a little bit of tightness on my chest that some people, get if you're rushing around. I did find that, like I say, relieved on me. Apparently, it can alleviate cancer-related symptoms. CBD may help reduce symptoms related to cancer and side effects related to cancer treatment, like nausea, vomiting, and pain. One study at
That
Sorry?
that again could be the anti-inflammatory or the fact you use calming your body down.
So one study looked at the effects of CBD and THC. Right, guys, CBD oil has no THC in it. Well, it might have depending on what product you get, might have a very, 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 very tiny amount, but it will not make you feel any different by if you were to take a shot of water, in terms of like your responses and stuff. Like there's no effect like if you were to smoke a doobie, like you have the effects of feeling whiffy. You don't get none of that on CBD oil. You feel completely 100% compos mentis and you can function and think exactly like normal. There's no THC. So THC is what causes those hallucinogenic effects. You do not get none of that in CBD oil, okay? So the study looked at THC with cancer-related pain who did not experience relief from the pain. These treatments with an exact container. Okay, anyway, so it goes into a long list of sort of the amount of people and stuff like that. But apparently that's one of the benefits. Oh, apparently it may reduce acne. Acne is a common skin condition that affects more than 9% of the population. It is thought to be caused by a number of factors, including genetics, bacteria, underlying inflammation. Inflammation? Is that a word?
No. Inflammation.
Inflammation. Yeah. Why was I reading that so wrong? Jesus. Overproduction of anyway. So yeah, it could help with that. I never heard of it on the acne part. Did you hear on that?
But it's an inflammation. Acne is some kind of skin irritation, inflammation, isn't it? So if you are controlling the inflammation in your body, then obviously whatever the symptoms shows up in form of acne or joint pain, then this one is help an overall view because in the end everything's linked together.
This is another benefit that I had promoted to me when I thought trying it. It could benefit heart health. Okay, so recent research has linked CBD with several benefits for the heart and circulatory system, including the ability to lower high blood pressure. High blood pressure,
calming your body down.
Yeah, so high blood pressure is linked to higher risks of a number of health conditions, including stroke, heart attack, and other symptoms, other conditions. So that was another reason I thought I'd try it. Because I thought, well, that if I get the benefit of the joints, which was the main reason for trying, I thought, well, that if it does help heart health, then that's a benefit, another for me. So then it's comes up with a load of other benefits that it might have. Things like if someone has a tremor, diabetes prevention. These are again possible help. They're calling them possible benefits. Okay.
So that's probably related to stress again. And inflammation.
Are there any side effects? Though CBD is generally well tolerated and considered safe, it may cause adverse reactions to some people. Side effects include, a little bit gross, diarrhea. I can assure you I didn't have that issue. Changes in appetite and weight. I didn't find I had that issue. And fatigue. I definitely didn't find I had that. So there's some of the side effects that they're saying. But for me, I found that it was sort of offering potential
more benefits.
than negatives. So I thought I'd try it, and I did find that I had a good response of it. Obviously, I'm talking a lot more than Evelina here, but it's just because I'm on it regularly. There is a difference as well, again, guys, between hemp oil and CBD oil. I do know people who've tried hemp oil, and hemp oil is not the same as CBD oil, okay? You don't get the same health benefits with hemp oil as CBD oil. So let me just get up a list of differences for you guys. Evelina, are you looking at me like you want a sound effect?
Please don't. Don't scare these people away.
Okay, right. Don't scare these people away.
Please, guys, I promise. I'm going to make sure he's staying away from that sound effect for the next episode. Otherwise, just get him banned. Or I'm just going to make him sure he's hiring his dose of CBD.
Okay, so good hemp oil is made by cold pressing the hemp seed into an omega-rich culinary oil. CBD oil is made by extracting the compound CBD from the leaves, flowers, and stalks of the hemp plant. This means that the main difference is that hemp oil has little to no CBD content. Okay, so if you're getting hemp oil, you're not going to get the sort of joints and heart stuff, that potential health benefits that it says they can do. So, which I found it did do. So, do you think you're going to try it again, or do you think you're done with CBD?
I'm not sure, to be honest, because right now the only reason why I want it is because of my sleep, and I still have problem to it takes a while for me to fall asleep, and because I track everything, I don't go into deep sleep or REM sleep that much, which then affects you during the day because your body needs to go down to all the different sleep stages to get the benefits from it. But we can do an episode on sleep another day, and I want to go into those deeper layer because it's going to help my energy and stuff in the morning. So maybe I would try it, but right now my sleep is in okay level. Like I do touch all the three grounds, but I would like it a bit more in REM sleep and deep sleep. So maybe I give it another shot, but I do need a higher dose because my body is not really absorbing things as much as yours does.
So you can see, guys, like we both had issues of why we tried CBD, but obviously Evelina has found that CBD at the amount she was using wasn't beneficial to her. I have found it's beneficial, so I have stuck with it. But again, it's personal preference. You might try it and you might find you get a good result with it, and you might find you might not. But it is like anything. You might just need to play with how much you're having a day.
Yeah, and everyone's different. There's a reason why some of us are allergic to eggs and some are gluten, some can handle it fine. You need to find out, do I need it? Why do I need it? And then just play around with the doses, start low and build your way up.
Well, this is it. Now, this is going to take me into one of my little facts of the week for you, because did you know you've got to be cool, calm and collected when you work at places like NASA? Now, I'm not saying people who work at NASA are on CBD oil, but they could be, because they've got to be cool, calm and collected. Did you know that this week NASA landed on an asteroid?
Yes, I heard so.
How cool is that?
And they think they might be returning to the Earth in 2023.
Yeah, so NASA successfully collected a sample from an asteroid, but some of it is leaked into space. So they think they've taken a sample and they are heading back to Earth, hopefully with enough of that sample. How crazy is that?
Do you know the lesson that we can tie that interesting fact into today's episode? They, of anyone, need to learn how to be patient.
Oh, God, yeah.
Because you can't really control. Like, it's coming back maybe in 2023. It's nothing you can rush. Just deal with it.
This is crazy. I love this stuff. That's nuts.
Exciting.
You imagine what they'll be doing by the end of our lifetime.
Yeah.
That's nuts, isn't it? Well, that was my little fact about being cool, calm and collected and working at NASA. But guys, we're going to wrap up today's episode. Remember that you can find us on YouTube every Monday at the 20 into 30 podcast. You can also find us on our social media pages.
20 into 30 podcast on Instagram and on Facebook. And jump over. Don't be a stranger. drop a comment, and we will love to hear as well. What kind of topics do you want us to dive into? And if you want to check out our personal pages, mine is Health by Evelina, Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, and you find Luke at Luke Bradley on Instagram.
That's it, guys. And don't worry, next time Evelina is going to be talking a lot more. We're going to make it a topic that she's primarily on top of rather than myself. So, guys, have a great rest of the week, and we'll speak to you soon.